Hello everyone and welcome to my Paddington video. This video is actually a continuation of the previous one where I sailed down the Regent's Canal and we ended up at Paddington where we came ashore. That's when I found out my battery on the camera was dying. It's only got about 5 minutes left. So I decided, I can't be bothered to continue walking on to Hyde Park, which was where we wanted to go. Instead, I just take the train from Paddington back home because we ended up at Paddington, which is where the station is located. However, I'm coming on to this section of Paddington, which is brand new. This is the extension for the new Elizabeth line. So let's start the video from here, and I will just film the last 5 minutes of my battery until it dies. And I'll show you Paddington Station. This is a new section. This is a new extension for the Elizabeth line. This is the first time I'm out here. I've taken the Elizabeth line through Paddington before, but it's always inside. I've never actually come up on the outside here. But yeah, very fancy. Let's just go in to Paddington Station, the original section of Paddington Station itself. And here we are. Original Paddington Station. And again, I used to have to come here all the time to take the train to work. And in those days, all I do is like worry that I'll catch a train on time because I'm always late or something. I'll get out of the tube station and run towards my train. Never have time to look at the station itself. Now, I don't work there anymore. So I'm now coming back to Paddington Station. Have a look at it. Like a tourist. So I'm now walking around Paddington Station as if I'm a tourist. Which I am today. So here we are at Paddington Station. You would have seen me at Paddington Station a couple months ago when I went to Windsor, Eton and Windsor. We had to get the train from Paddington. Look at it. What a crowd. Lots and lots of people as always. So here we are. It's a train platform. 2:45 now. People all over.
Right, it's
Elizabeth line. That's it. The battery gone dead in the last video, so over with that video. This one of Paddington Station here was filmed a few years ago. This was one of the last few days when I had to use Paddington Station, so I thought I'd do some filming of the station because I used to work down in one of the office, and Paddington Station was one of the transit stations that I had to get the train to the office. So I previously, when I was working down this way, I had to use Paddington Station fairly frequently, and the journey door to door from home to the office would take me between 1.5 to 2 hours sometime, because I had to change station about 2 or 3 times, and Paddington Station is one of the last stations that I had to transit. From here, I get out of the tube, run across the station over to the other side to catch a train to the office. I must say, I do not miss those days, because the morning and evening commute was an absolute nightmare. There's always a delay, train something problem somewhere on the line, engineering work or something, and the train will be delayed, cancelled, and late, and I will end up getting to work late and really annoyed. And I'll be rushing across the platform, huffing and puffing, pushing people out of the way, get to the platform, and then only to be told, oh, the train is delayed or cancelled. So there I was, sometimes standing in the cold, freezing cold in winter, for up to 15, 20, 30 minutes, waiting for whenever the next train is going to come. And then we'll be squashing like sardines into the train carriages and then make our move. It was, it was a nightmare. I honestly do not have time to admire how beautiful the station is in those days. All I can think about is, oh gosh, let me get the train on time, let it not be late and delay me, and get me to work or get me home as quickly as possible. It was a nightmare in those days. And then guess what? About a year after I left that office, after I didn't have to come this way to work anymore, the new Elizabeth line, the new extension, opened. Had there been that Isambard line before, when I was needing to use it, I would have I wouldn't need to change as many times. I only need to change once, and it will save me at least 30 or 40 minutes of commute time to work. Only about a year after I finished working and didn't have to come through this way anymore, the Elizabeth line opened. So I totally missed the services that of the Elizabeth line. So nowadays it's there and I don't need to use it anymore. Really annoying. But that's just how it goes. Here is some information of the station on Wikipedia. Paddington is the London terminus of the Great Western Main Line. Passenger services are primarily operated by Great Western Railway, which provides commuter and regional passenger services to West London and the Thames Valley region, as well as long-distance intercity services to South West England and South Wales. The station is also the eastern terminus for Heathrow Express and the western terminus for Elizabeth line services from Shenfield. Elizabeth line services also run through Paddington westwards to Reading, Heathrow Terminal 5 and Heathrow Terminal 4, and eastwards to Abbeywood. Situated in Fare Zone 1, it has 2 separate tube stations providing connections to the Bakerloo, Circle, District, and Hammersmith and City lines. It is one of 11 London stations managed directly by Network Rail. The station was built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel as a terminus for the Great Western Railway (GWR). Construction started on 30th July 1833. The first station was a temporary terminus for the GWR on the west side of Bishopsbridge Road, opened on 4th June 1838. The first GWR service from London to Taplow near Maidenhead ran from Paddington in 1838. The first GWR service from the new station departed on 16 January 1854, though the roof had not been finished at this point and there were no arrivals. It was formally opened on 29th May, and the older temporary station was demolished the following year. Major upgrades to the station took place in the 1870s, the 1910s, and the 1960s, each trying to add additional platforms and space while trying to preserve the existing services and architecture as much as possible. Paddington was first served by London Underground trains in 1863 as the original western terminus of the Metropolitan Railway, the world's first underground railway. In the 20th century, suburban and commuter services appeared at Paddington as the urban sprawl of London moved westwards. Despite the numerous upgrades and rebuilding, plus damage sustained in particular during World War II, Brunel's original design is still recognizable. If you take a walk around Paddington Station, you will see that it's a bit of a hickory-pickory kind of station, because all the different bits are kind of being glued on later on as they extend the station. So there's a main station in the center, and then all around it, for example, the Elizabeth line extension takes up a great big chunk on one side of the station. And then the underground station, there are two of them. On one end is the underground for Circle and Hammersmith line or something like that. And then on the opposite end of the station is the underground line for Circle, District and Metropolitan or something like that for various other lines. So, and then if you walk on to somewhere else, there's another chunk for something else. The train platforms is the same. You have the train platform for 1 to 5 at one end, then you walk around some other parts, and then there'll be the platform for 7 to 13 or something like that. It's kind of being meshed together, but all in different funny situation. It doesn't follow a systematic kind of design because they're all being glued on at some point. Hope you've enjoyed this little tour of Paddington Station. We have come to the end. Take care. Bye.